and Investment, Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters on a bill for an act to repeal the Copyright Act, Cap C 28 LFN 2004, and to enact the Copyright Act and for matters connected therewith. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the bill, what we have in the report actually is a harmonization of two separate bills. The first bill, Copyright Act Cap C 28 LFN, Repeal and Enactment Bill 2021 SB 688, was sponsored by Senator Mukail A. Abiru, representing Lagos East Senatorial District, while the second bill, Copyright Act Cap C 28 LFN 2004 Repeal and Enactment, was an executive bill sponsored by the Senate leader, distinguished Senator Yahya Abubakar Abdullahi, representing Kebbi North Senatorial District. The Senate at its plenary sittings on Tuesday, 8 June 2021 and Tuesday, 28 September 2021, respectively, deliberated on the general principles of the two bills. After extensive deliberate, the bills were read for the second time and referred to the Senate Committee on Trade and Investment, as well as Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters for further legislative action and to report back with its recommendations. The objectives of the bill are stated on page 2. The methodology and the proceedings at the public hearing were all addressed on pages 3 to 10. And distinguished colleagues, on page 10, we have our observations and findings. From the preponderance of views canvassed by stakeholders and members of the general public, and our subsequent analysis of the provisions of the bill in our markup sessions, the Joint Committee hereby make the following observations and findings. 1, that stakeholders unanimously supported the passage of the bill with appeal for further modifications in line with opinions canvassed in the course of the public hearing to further enrich the legislative proposal in line with international best practices. 2, that the bill seeks to reinvigorate and strengthen the extant Act on Copyright in Nigeria to enable the Nigerian Copyright Commission to seamlessly perform its statutory functions in the best interest of Nigerians in order to provide the necessary safeguard for the protection and proper regulation of the creative industry because of its strategic importance to the country. 3, that the passage of the bill certainly will strengthen the copyright regime in Nigeria as well as enhance the capacity of the Nigerian Copyright Commission for effective administration and enforcement of the provision of the Act in line with modern values, norms, and practice obtainable in other jurisdictions. 4, that the intent and purpose of the bill generally is to reposition the Nigerian creative industries for greater growth and strengthen their capacities to compete more effectively in the global marketplace and to enable Nigeria to fully satisfy its obligation under various international copyright instruments. 5, that piracy of Nigerian creative works has devastated businesses, harmed consumers, and acted as incentive to foreign direct investment in the relevant sectors. 6, that the proposed legislation makes online and digital reproduction an infringement as well as properly defines material copy to accommodate transient or non-permanent copy that are obtainable online. 7, that the bill seeks to align Nigeria's copyright law to what is suitable for Nigeria in line with the relevant international treaties, including the World Trade Organization Agreement on trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights. 8, that the bill provides for new rights of remuneration for performers in respect of audiovisual works, where their performances are subjected to fixation and subsequent exploitation on other platforms. 9, that there are innovative provisions in the bill to address copyright infringements on the internet and more elaborate provision has been made for takedown of infringing content, whereby procedures for notice to take down infringing content in a digital work, process of deleting accounts of repeated offenders, blocking of infringing websites, and liabilities for intermediaries in the online environment were aptly provided for. 10, that the bill makes deliberate provision to safeguard anti-piracy measures and the circumvention of effective technological protection measures and the safeguarding of rights management information. 11, that a robust copyright framework that seeks to implement, uphold, and protect the exclusive rights of those engaged in financing and producing creative works such as books, music, films, and broadcasts is an essential prerequisite for the long-term growth and sustainability of the flagship of Nigerian creative industry. 12, that this proposed legislation has taken cognizance of reproduction of works which by modern technology has gone digital into online and could transmit, thereby making, and cloud transmissions, thereby making emphasis on only physical reproductions obsolete as material reproductions are less relevant in modern day exploitation of copyright works. 13, that Nigeria is a country with an impressive repertoire of creative works in all genres, hence the need for appropriate, responsive, resilient, and deliberate legislation for the protection and safeguard of this viable industry in line with global best practices is paramount. And 14, that the passage of this bill will no doubt reposition the country and provide the enabling environment for businesses to thrive in the fast-growing creative industry, which would consequently attract economic growth through foreign direct investments. Our recommendation. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, flowing from the presentations made during the public hearing and the foregoing observations and findings, the Senate Joint Committee on Trade and Investment and Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, to which this bill was referred, having favorably considered same, recommends as follows: that the Senate do consider and pass the bill for an act to repeal the Copyright Act, Cap C 28 LFN 2004, and enact the Copyright Act to provide for the regulation, protection, and administration of copyright and for related matters as amended. We wish to use this opportunity, Mr. President, to thank you and our distinguished colleagues for the opportunity to serve in this capacity. I so move.
In the Committee of the Whole, consider the report of the Joint Committee on Trade and Investment and Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters on the Copyright Act Cap C 28 LFN 2004, repeal and enactment bill 2022, and approved as follows. Long title as recommended, clause 1 to 107 as recommended, interpretation as recommended, short title as recommended, schedule as recommended, explanatory memorandum as recommended. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? Thank you. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, I rise to move that this bill be read the third time. I so move.
A bill for an act to repeal the Copyright Act Cap C 28, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and to enact the Copyright Act 2021, and for matters connected there with 2022, third reading taken, and this bill is passed. Congratulations. Just like the leader said, this is a very important bill. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President,